Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
Welcome back, Sid.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning. Almost done.
Otto will want to know what happened in Costness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Sid!
Staying long this time? Clive. Is everything all right?
There you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
I am so dumb, for real. I just noticed my mic was muted that whole time, so... Anyways, what I was saying, I was pretty much giving the backstory of what happened in the previous video. We destroyed the crystal, Sid died, he passed on his power to Clive before he died. And, yeah, the old hideout got destroyed by the Imperial Guards, soldiers. And now we're here at the new hideout, and yeah. So, alright, let's continue. And I was just like welcoming you guys to the new video. This is part 7. So, I did all that talking, and my mic was muted. I see my little light flash, and I was like, I forgot to unmute my mic. The new board is all good time. All good time. People, I will tell you. It's probably like probably gonna be a quest board. Yeah, I just got done watching AEW Forbidden Door. Fantastic pay-per-view. I enjoyed every second of it.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Looks kind of like,
Here for another of my lectures. What is it that you wish to learn?
State of the Realm. By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway, this map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current goings of Listia. Revisit any of the 9 Tales past lessons or take a deeper look at the relationship of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Okay.
I have the details here.
Here you can view detailed visualization of characters, relationships in Final Fantasy 16 that update as you progress through the main scenario. Alright. So it's like a backstory on the characters. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's definitely Joshua. Yeah, there he is. Well, we figured that out earlier, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Study it well, Clive.
Here you can view a detailed review of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as you progress in the main scenario. Okay. Alright, this is pretty cool.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Yeah, he's so sweet. She looked like freaking Lee from Tekken. It's a female version.
Have you finished sorting those reports yet?
Finished? I ain't started. Been busy enough with my own work.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Otto's gonna skin me alive.
Gotta get to working, boy. Alright. Let's keep the story going. This new hideout is big. Bigger than the last one. Oh, you got some new songs?
Hither yon dance autumn winds atop the rotten pier. Of Sid's return the faithful sing across the blighted mere.
Nice. There's some new stuff and I come back on my benches.
Does that one have blood on it?
Stop, my man.
Dave, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you? We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
Got some new stuff, huh? That's for play the music. Alright, I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm gonna do some shopping. No one wants to watch me shop. BRB. Alright, back. Let's continue.
Everyone seems so happy to see us. It's good to be home.
Yeah, it's cool. Alright. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Old Tome said the Hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
The Invincible.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Already? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
One literally sitting
The twins
by,
seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Yes,
Good day.
Alright.
Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Yeah, we're gonna get that Titan for what he did, man.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new ship.
You're so sweet, waiting in my chambers.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Forged letters and other important mission addressed to Clive were delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the Hideaway. That's from my homie, Gav. Yeah, man, he got his eyes sliced out in the battle. The old Hideaway got destroyed. Alright. The Republican Army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Alright. Oh, yeah, his eyes out in this picture. Yeah, that guy that was people that destroyed that what was it?
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kuka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the Hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
He does know he was really there then. Nice.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does.
To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
We're gonna get to play with Joshua? Dope.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Played. What's up, sweet resurrecting?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
I didn't even get no rest.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
I still go to bed. We about to go to bed, homie. Come on, Jill. Let's go take a nap. Oh, this is like collectibles. Oh, yes. It's the ultimate with Sid before he went to go check out the crystal. Okay. Boy, he's supposed to come in his room and go to bed. Smack you for not getting rest. Sleeping with this bombshell right here. Come on, girls. Alright. Let's go get our girl Martha. Hopefully she's not dead, man. A lot of people dying.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're Traitors to the Holy Throne conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. But now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Look at that girl, Martha. Alright. What's this? Oh. Alrighty. Oh, we got side missions again. Alright. I'll hold off on them. Just keep the story. Let's keep with the story. Maybe I'll do some side missions in the.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Dang, man. This place was vibrant last time.
Fucking Imperials.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Alright, so I was explaining why they were calling him Sid. It's because they're honoring Sid. That's Clive's way of honoring Sid, so he's taking up his name.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
I don't know, it was your freaking crazy mama. Yeah, so they're paying homage to Sid after he died. That's why people are calling him Sid. I was explaining it earlier, but I didn't realize my mic was muted, so.
Over here! Go for
You lose. Alright.
Go for Get him! Stay down!
What was it? Stay down.
This one.
Other thing I wish they had it where you could like run yourself instead of it being automatic. I wonder when we're gonna get to ride Chocobo, if we even get to. I would have thought they would have had Chocobos. But there was a side mission, I think it was for the Chocobo. So when I get around to it, I'm gonna do that side mission to see if I can get a Chocobo.
This one.
That bridge is closed.
This one.
What, bobbing and weaving? Oh, you should have stayed asleep, my man. There's a big boy over there. Okay, how do I get on the other side of this water now? Can't walk across even though this mug is shallow. On our way with the objectives.
Look, up ahead.
Happened, girl?
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Help my girl, Martha.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Empire don't care, man. Got evil people in charge. They don't care. Level up. Chocobo. I wish I could just like hop on one like Breath of the Wild. Tame it. I love that move. Hey, man. It's teamwork. Now, Clive, you know everybody in this mug dead.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Even if they on death's door.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
Come on.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law.
I'm the
to
law.
dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Y'all made me do this. Y'all brought this on yourselves.
This one.
I just want you to know, y'all got some dope armor.
Stay down.
When they gonna learn, man? Stop being idiots.
Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
They blacked everybody up.
The
man.
abbot.
Yep. No.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Oh, snap.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive,
Deed.
he's gone.
Imperial scum!
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
All right. Sucks all them people had to die like that. New enemy? It is. They ranking enemies now? Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is a way, is an option. Defeating the notorious mercs can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear. Nice.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
So these monsters, they've appeared in other Final Fantasies.
This one. Go for it. Get him. Go for it. Over here! This one! Go to Get him! Nice try. Get him! Too slow. Sick! Attack!
Get some nice damage. Boy took a bite.
Nice try. Let's roll ready. Get him.
Hey, man. My dodging is trash right now.
Too slow. Sick him.
Doing all some new attacks now.
Get him. This one. Sick him. Attack. Too slow. This one. This one.
I like how they made these enemies an actual threat in this game, though. They're usually like low rank enemies.
Get him.
Man, he's still pretty low rank too, but probably just making him tough for the first time. Or he could also be tough just because he's a rare enemy. He's not really even hard. He's got a lot of health. Fine hound. That he is.
This one. Get him.
I wonder how often these enemies are gonna show up, though. I won't mind fighting if they give some actual good items, though, and a good amount of XP.
Get him! Sick him!
Thanks, boy.
Get him! Sick him! Attack! This one!
Want to load that mug up quick.
Over here!
Too slow. Nice try.
This one!
Get rid of this guy. Alright, there we go. Alright, got some nice stuff. Alright.
You didn't see that coming.
Alright, let's continue.
That must be the bridge.
Sure. Thought I seen something over here.
Get it, boy.
Did a good job back there, Toggle. Let's carry on. Let's let this bridge down.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
Yeah, it's just...
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Alright. Get on back. Get on back. You know what? I could fast travel up there. No sense in running all the way.
We've been speaking with the Blood Axes about how best to protect the village. We won't let this happen again.
Alright.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
no one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse-breakers.
Anything you need, Martha. I just know we're gonna provide.
Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
Sure. Oh, I'll keep pressing that. Let's go back to the hideaway. Let's move it along. I'll probably start my next video off with some side missions.
Where's Gav?
So I want to just try to keep it the story.
Gav should be back by now.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
I want to go there right now. Yeah.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail
here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Alright, go see Unc. Now, bang. Following Hideaway facilities are now available. Alright. Yeah, okay.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Alright, let's keep it going with the story. So, let's get a move on. Let's go get another Mother Crystal. I wonder if we're gonna have to keep fighting. I wonder if it's gonna have a different monster in that crystal. We shall see. We're definitely gonna have some guardians guarding.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
Yeah.
To the end.
Come on.
Loyal to the end.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Let's get a move on in. Alright, wild chocobos. Gonna mess with you.
mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
Picking
you
on the
fancy
weak.
dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Let me talk to this guy. He's standing right next to the chocobo.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Thought he was. I could rent a chocobo, man. I do need some potion stuff.
Much obliged. There you are. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Maybe.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
I don't stand up.
Going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
That dog don't want no part of that. I need to stand up and fight.
Left to join the garrison this very morning. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Either way, we gonna slice them down. Wish I could get their armor. Their armor is dope.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Yeah, I was talking about something about Eastpool. Those people got slaughtered. That's where we got this
These
gear.
people live with a knife to their throats. in the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Yeah, man. Can't wait till we have our reunion with Mama.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
It's fine. Gonna beat them down so I can beat all the other clowns. Ooh, that looks cool.
Ever since the apology tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
Oh yeah. Fuck
What
these
do you think
guys.
is waking them? The mother crystals collapse.
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Over here!
Stay down!
Stay down! I thought he was like, it looked at like, from a distance, he looked like a, like one of those, enemies that be hoarding items.
Get him!
And when I got up closer, I realized these are the enemies from the Phoenix Gate.
Over here! Stick him!
Ready. Probably should take some of these side paths. We have some items. Ooh, some soldiers. Let's get it on.
My mother's men.
That boy got blindsided.
Over here! Go for it! Sick him!
Never seen it coming. What else we got over here? Any more Imperial scum?
Get him! Over here! Stay down! All yours! This one. Get him.
Thank ya. What's this over here? I thought this was another one of the things. See what it is. Oh, nice. Treasure chest. That's a cool looking chest. Back the way we went. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, did I pick this up? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, let's get a move on, move on, move on. These guys remind me of the Guardians from the Zelda game, from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Or Imperial.
This might take a while.
This one. Over here.
Ooh, that was clean. Oh.
It's over.
It's over. Alright. Combat is so much fun, man. I love it. Mixing it up with the freaking different icon abilities as well. Boys, just Call of Duty camping in them bushes.
Get him.
It's over. Alright, let's go. I got a blood trail.
Blood, Clive.
Lots of it too.
And still wet.
There's gonna be a boss fight.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Go to that mage first.
I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
All yours, Torvald. This one. Over here.
Love it. Give me some more of them Imperial Guards. Slice them up all day.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Go. Sweet jogging when you said hurry. I probably won't have a boss fight.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Dang. Strung up the whole village.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her.
Fiend.
This.
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
I had a feeling his mom was gonna be the last boss. I don't know, but she didn't really seem like she had.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
It's a freaking ghost town now. I was seeing if there's any cases. Hi, man. Oof. Alright, let's go.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Give the Empire the thrashing they never forget.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hatch now. You didn't hear nothing.
Niches get stitches, kid. Your mama trying to protect you and herself. Just think about kids that tell the truth.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
We won't survive another night.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
The gates are closed. Begun.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Smack the crap out of these Imperial people, man.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
You know, all that's telling me I'm gonna get a lot of XP and money. And I'm gonna clear out the scum.
Very well.
Devil crab. What about?
Get him!
This one.
I ran into these guys earlier.
Get him! Over here! Over here!
Right. Just keep it moving, keep it moving. Good, homie. Let's go, guys. Ain't got time to dilly-dally.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Hopefully, man, your mama wiping out everybody. I wonder if this is his biological mom, because...
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Or if she was his stepmom.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy.
They don't care.
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off!
Shameless bastards!
Those crystals
Savage.
belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus...
Let's go on back.
We'll find our way into the city there.
Won't be
If you're
surprised.
sure.
They got guards in
The
here,
entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Nope.
As long as it is abandoned.
If it's abandoned. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some guards there. Looks
The
like
good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
pretty sure his mom got people spread all across the land.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Happens when evil comes through town. Let's find our way inside so I can get inside and do what we need to do.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ain't going nowhere, boy. Boy sent out the signal. Hooty hoo!
Not.
Well, we talk about it. I wish I would have talked about it now. I'm a walking death machine, man. Dang. Hate to see it.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Ain't gonna talk about all the men I just killed. That was your people. Act like they knocked out or something.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Tag team.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Alright, y'all. About to end this video. See you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day / night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Alright. Adios, amigos.